Aha, great success. Hey everybody, welcome back. And in today's episode, I wanna make this front end just a little bit prettier. So, got some work to do. Alrighty, so as you guys know, I haven't been running a bumper on this car since the day I got it. Now, I haven't done anything else to straighten it out, if you will. I'm gonna be in cahoots with a local vocational school hopefully soon, and we'll see if maybe something is possible to happen. Would be kind of cool, but anywhoosins. The thing's not going to be anywhere near perfect, obviously, until the car is pulled straight, everything that is broken is replaced, so on and so forth. So for now, what I would like to do is try to get the headlights to fit a little bit better. This one actually is pretty straight, so at least it lights up the road nicely, but this one's pointed at the ground, does absolutely jack shit. And I would like them to be able to fit a little bit better into the fenders. If you can see what I mean here, how much further this one's out, because it's hitting something under there. I think it's hitting the shoehorn that the crash bar used to mount to. So yeah, gonna pull the headlights back off, try to make them fit a little bit better. And then from there, I'll dig out the bumper and we'll see if we can make it fit one way or another. Fits a lot better back in the fender, and all I basically just did was I took the good old purse and beat this area down a little bit, because it does look like that's kind of crunched upwards. So now we have a little bit more clearance. That fits right on in. Almost at it. Almost at it. There we go. Boom. I wonder how expensive these headlights are. Yeah. All right, cool. That looks better. Probably still going to be bungee cording them into place because I really don't have too many other options. So, looks good enough to me. And this other one we're going to make some clearance for. And I wouldn't mind mounting the power steering line straight and actually securing them, because I have had two of the lines leak on me just because the hose clamps kind of loosened up and the rubber hose pulled off the metal pipe itself. So, and that happened on two separate lines. So, yeah, I should probably secure them so they're not jiggle dicking around. But yeah, I'm excited to see this thing with the bumper again. It's been a while. All right, so obviously we've got a lot of crumplage going on here. I believe the main issues is this, and the corner of this fender. Also, probably doesn't help that this fender isn't it's not mounted to this piece anymore. So you can see it's like bulged out a little bit, so we're just gonna round that back off. Yeah, I'd say I'm a pretty damn good body guy that looks pretty round to me now. You guys ever heard of adjustable fenders? Well, if you haven't, now you have. Yeah, it doesn't look too... Oh, we got another dent I gotta go tackle. All right, now if you ask me, that's pretty good for a guy that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. They look kind of straight. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, well, I'm going to bungee them back into place and plug them on in, and do some sweet body work to that fender arch, because that's a alrighty. So we have one lazy eye, which actually ain't too bad. It's that one, I'm sure you can tell, or that one tie, one or the other. But yeah, definitely did not self-tapper the power steering cooling lines into the support. I would never do that. And yes, those are paper towels holding up my hood because my prop is in the trunk and I don't feel like reaching into the back seat to pull on the string. But yeah, it's looking good. Let's grab the bumper and see if we can make it fit, maybe. I don't know. Probably could make the thing fit as it sits, but as you can tell, it's seen better days. So I'm gonna try a method that I've actually never used before, but I've seen work for people. I'm gonna go get a pitcher of hot ass water, and we're gonna dump it onto the little hiccup spot, and we're gonna try to kick the shit out of that thing and see if we can bulge it back out. And then the spot that's actually ripped, I'm probably just gonna drift stitch, and yeah, then we'll figure out a way to mount this thing. But it's gonna look cool, actually, looking like a car. It's gonna be weird. I'm kind of gonna miss the Mad Max look. I mean, it's still gonna look like shit anyway, so let's give it a shot. All right, for a second there, I didn't have faith it wasn't working, but it's out. So I kind of had to stomp and really give it a couple good stomps. But now, since that's out, I guess I'm gonna try to, I guess I'll try to get the bumper on the car first, and then I'll worry about making this little no-no zone look pretty. So yeah, let's see how we can ratchet strap this thing on now. All right, the side's like halfway on decently. It is so weird seeing that. We'll call this the good side of the car. So like I said, that headlight is drooping a little too low, I suppose. So I'll probably pull the bungee cord back off, try to fit the bumper, and then I'll try to batch the headlight in there one way or another. This is where we're currently at. It's very obvious still, this side is still very messed up. I'm sure if I had the bumper off the car and I was playing with a lot more hot water or stepping on it and whatnot, I could probably get it pretty close back to that side, but there is a big chunk of plastic missing around like the mouth area, and I feel like without that rigidity there, it's going to be kind of hard to get it, perfect. But this is what we're currently looking like. I feel like it actually looks surprisingly well for what the hell this car has been through. So this side looks pretty good. The only thing that sucks is, so there's like two clips right here. They go in like that, and then there's supposed to be a screw here, but the back side where it goes is actually ripped out. So I got to figure out something to make the bumper and fender like good. And then over here I drilled some holes, tried to be a hot boy with some drift stitching, but I only have baby zip ties. I had one big white one laying around and then all these like mini black ones. So probably gonna redo that at a later date. But yeah, you can see over here, like that this doesn't really want to stay together too well. So I got to figure out something to make these meet good. But other than that, it looks pretty damn cool. It's kind of funny. Still looks like a piece of shit regardless, but yeah, we're gonna make something work. Alrighty, so trimmed off all those little thingies. I was actually able to make this mount work. So this side is pretty good, pretty good. So I just have to adjust the headlight after some nighttime driving, make sure that I can actually see. And I definitely didn't do that. I think the previous one did that. Looks a little straighter. Not really. There we go. Just gonna leave that there. It looks pretty good. It looks nice. Okay. Well, good shelf. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's drop the hood and see what we're looking like. All right, ladies and gents, let's follow my the yellow brick, big ass hood gap. Now that ain't a half bad looking go. Oh, somebody made an oh-no. Shit, I'll take that. It seems to be, it's funny, I've never been worried about like a bumper being sturdy, but it seems, I think it's sturdy. Don't look at all my hardware. I think, seems sturdy. This is the only sketchy corner, but nah, it's fine. Looks good. right, cool. So now we got a front end, and I've been having fun rocking my old Bufu wheels, but I think I might make the switch. I definitely don't put tools on top of my nice wheels. Probably gonna make the switch, put the Mickey T's back on. As much as it hurts to have to take it easier, it's well worth the looks of the car, and for weather purposes, because it is supposed to downpour all day tomorrow. So yeah, it's just a nice little nice peace of mind. If I have these nice tires on the car, last thing I got to worry about is slipping out, and I can focus on my bumper falling off instead, which is pretty cool. So all right, so I've got the Mickeys on the rear of the car. Everything's torqued down, everything's good. Bumper kicked it a couple times, and seems pretty solid. So here's my test. Let's see how off are the headlights. That's actually not a bad difference. That's not too bad. Wow. Huh. Well, I'm gonna take a guess and say, all right, I love this little guy. I'm gonna take a guess and say that this is probably good. So cool. That's my thumb. Yeah, there you go. Looks good to me. Let's see. Yeah, this taillight's on and off going out, so I need to actually look into if it's a bad connection or if it's a bulb. But it's only the running light. When you actually hit the brakes, the actual brake light lights up. My little wannabe drift car that can't even drift. And also, I'll get to see if putting some miles on it shakes up the lights in the bumper a little bit. Not bad, can't beat that. Cool. I have to get a new bulb for this side. This one actually caught on fire. And then I didn't even look at that light. I don't know if the bulb's still there or not. All right, so as far as I know, according to the interwebs and according to some forums and Facebook groups and whatnot for GTOs, anybody who doesn't know about these cars, they are Australian based. They're based off of the Holden Monaro, actually. So basically it was an Australian car, basically just left-hand drive and Pontiac badged and sent to America for 04 to 06. Now, with that being said, in Australia and all across the world, essentially, these cars were out for either more years, or they were badged to something else, or they have different trim models and a lot cooler, different looking packages at least, right? So I'll put a picture up on the screen of, I believe it's a base model CV8Z, I think's the name of it, which is a Monaro car, or Monaro based car, whatever you want to call it. And they actually came without a spoiler from factory. Now, all 04 to 06 GTOs factory came with the spoiler, and there is some visual differences between 04 to 06s, such as the bumper, the hood, a couple little things here and there on the inside of the car as well. But I would like to remove the wing. I think it would actually give it a pretty cool look. I've seen a couple pictures of yellow cars without wings, and I don't know, I think it'd be a pretty cool look not having this on it. So my 05, I kept basically all stock, and especially appearance wise, it was all stock. So this car I plan to keep forever. So yeah, let's dive into taking this wing off. Also, for those who don't know, the spare tire is located under this. I don't have one. I think I just have a bunch of like random fluids down there right now. If I can have my tool bag over there, I don't want to pop it too much. Yeah, I just have a rag, some power steering fluid, coolant, because you never know. And I think the old owner has a bottle of sunscreen down there. I've never cleaned the trunk in this car, and I just freaked myself out. So as you can see, there's a lot of shit all in here, which this kind of stuff is what causes rust. And I don't know if it's before or after this clip. I do actually plan on washing this car, just because why the hell not? But look what I just found. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? She's a true yellow jacket. So anyways, these two nuts is what we're going to take off to get to the spoiler. It's only mounted on each side of the deck lid. It's not anything in the middle. And honestly, I don't even know if this, is that a button? No, it's not. Oh, look at that, made in New Zealand. How interesting. I don't even know if this does anything. The third brake light's actually in the back window. So, because when you step on the brakes at night, you see the trunk lid light up, like the, you know, the spoiler, you know, that side of the spoiler that faces my rear view mirror. I can see that light up from inside. So looks like it's just those two bolts, maybe a plug for the light that is there but doesn't do anything as far as I know. And we'll have to get grommets that pop in to have no water going through into, you know, inside of here. But honestly, it looks like it actually just goes right into here. So I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely want to at least plug the holes so nothing can get into there, especially like I said, if it's double stamped and there's like an access port. Yeah, ain't that hot shit. This is a Georgian honeycomb. How crazy. How crazy. All right, let's get to some nut busting. All right, so for whatever reason, this bottom one is a 10 mil and the top is actually an 11. So obviously 10 don't fit. And the other side is reversed. So I don't really know what the deal with that is. If that's a factory thing, I'm actually kind of curious because it's just really weird. Some apples. Boom, that's one out. Aha, great success. Yeah, that's not even connected to anything. I don't... Looks like on this side, actually, there is a hole. So maybe at some point in time, somebody had this thing off, and that's why the hardware was all mixed around. But, whew, now Bonnie has a wing, and it doesn't even fit. Yeah, I don't think Bonnie's ever going to get a spoiler. But, look at that. Now she's got a naked ass. Honestly, I like this a lot more. I think this looks a lot nicer. Not even nicer, just a lot cooler. So, yeah, there actually is a lot bigger of a hole right here that I definitely need to plug up. So, probably run to the hardware store and try to find some grommets to fit all this shit. And maybe at some point in time I'll color match them. But I really don't care. So, because obviously the rest of the car looks like shit still. But yeah, look at that. We are wingless. Alrighty, so this one actually, the 5/8 one actually falls right through the hole. So here's the 1-inch one. This is what it looks like. This is how much of an eyesore it is. Now I really don't give a shit that it's silver and the car is yellow. The rest of the car looks like this. So what I ended up actually having to do is folding the rest of the tabs flat, and I'm keeping these three out so I can kind of slip it in. And I do have a little bit of an edge showing here, but if I push on this hard enough, kind of locks itself in. And like I said, I am going to be using some silicone around the hole. I already cleaned it. I'm probably going to clean the bigger area since I am using the bigger one. And yeah, should be good. And cool enough, actually, on the back side of this hole, we have this rubber, I guess it's like the trunk stopper. So we're gonna unscrew this, and now we can see that hole. So just while we're silicone and whatnot, I can at least reach in through this hole with my pinky finger and do a little wiggle, little jiggle, and yeah, just make sure that everything's actually sealed and good, and kind of go from there. All right, and now my spoiler removal is done, I suppose. So this is how we look. This is the side that had a little bit of the hole showing, so that's why it's going to be a little black there. Also, I am using the big black puck. So now what I want to do is I'm going to look through the backside, make sure it's sealed up, and if it's not, I'm going to shove more shit on it, and yeah, I'm just kind of going to go from there. All right, I caved and I gave Gemma her first bath. I don't think a lot of people in the comment section necessarily wanted me to, but you know, friends and family members keep egging me on to wash it. So here's a couple before pictures. You can see just how dirty this thing really is. It's basically like a shade of brown. It's, you know, dirty potato status, but you know, never really bothered me, but after doing the bumper and the spoiler delete, I figured, you know, screw it, why not? So this was super satisfying, washing the hood off with just some high pressure water. Majority of the hood actually cleaned up pretty decently using this method right here. And yeah, I ended up finding out that just about half the hood is missing clear coat. So that's cool. It's not really a bummer. I could care less. The majority of the car needs paint. You know, the whole passenger side of the car is keyed. And even just washing the keyed section of the car is actually kind of funny. All the amount of dirt that came out of like the, you know, the slice that goes up and down the car like a wave. But the hood, as you can see, cleans up pretty damn well just from this. And I was pretty stoked about just seeing that right there. Look at that. So now, you know, obviously moving on, and it's hard to tell in video how much dirt even just came off the fenders and the doors and the side skirt. Like I said, I really don't think you can see it in the video, but in person I was watching a lot of stuff come off and a new shade of yellow appear, which was very, very satisfying, very worth the, I think it was 23 bucks it ended up running me doing this. I had to, you know, put more money in like 3 or 4 times just because it took me forever to just do the high pressure water all around the car, cover every square inch of the car basically, and try to clean it up. And here was my fun part where I kind of shit myself. You know, obviously on the hood, everything came right off. Now look at this on the roof. So embedded that it would not come off with that. And here's a little soapy titty pick, as everybody loves. Here's a couple clips of, you know, with some soap on the car after scrubbing it to all hell with the foam brush. I went against everybody's morals in the car community, but I don't care. And yeah, she actually cleaned up very well. I'm super stoked of how the car's looking now. Definitely been worth all the time and headaches putting into it. But yeah, I'll let you guys enjoy these last couple clips without me blabbering over it. But she cleaned up pretty damn well. If you guys have any recommendations for what you want to see done to the car or content-wise, drop them down in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it.